Hey, what's up guys, it's Lee. Now, if you have been subscribed to this channel for a while, you're probably like, wow, like where did you go? Well, I've actually been kind of focusing on another channel that I have. And I've been thinking about potentially putting more content out on this channel as well. So stay tuned and, kind of go from there. But this video is going to be a little bit different from some other videos that I've made in the past. And I'm looking down because I'm looking at my notes here. But basically, I wanted to make a video for anybody who has been thinking about maybe getting started with YouTube, because YouTube is something that is somewhat of a beast when it comes down to, actually recording videos and editing and uploading them. Is usually long form content. Obviously there's shorts and things like that available now, but I wanted to make a video for people who were thinking about potentially starting a channel. And I was hoping that I could offer some sort of advice for people like that, since I've been on YouTube for a really, really long time. And even though I haven't uploaded on this channel for a little while, I've still been on YouTube. So I wanted to kind of go through, 5 things that I realized as a YouTuber that are, paramount, that are really important to being successful on the platform. And so with that being said, to not make this video like super long and drawn out, I'm just going to kind of go down some of those that I've put together. So the very first thing is actually pretty funny coming from me, but it's that consistency is key. And so when it comes down to YouTube, you really do have to be consistent when it comes down to putting out videos. There's of course been a lot of talk of having your videos come out on a certain day, maybe a certain time every single week, or whether it's multiple times a week, and kind of establishing that pattern. That way people who do view your videos on a pretty regular basis, they kind of know what to expect over time. And honestly, I feel like that is definitely true. But I will say that if that's something that you're focusing on, that you're really striving to do in terms of being more consistent, I would say maybe first start off with maybe thinking about, okay, I want to release at least one video per week, right? And if at first you're not necessarily putting out a video on like the exact day every single week, but you are being consistent with one every single week, then maybe you start there. But I do think that eventually starting to be consistent in terms of the day you release it, and maybe even the time, I think it really does sort of add to the value that you're bringing to people who are looking at your videos. Another advantage to actually producing content and releasing it on the same exact day every single week is that it's going to also have a huge impact on you and how you plan your videos and how you plan the release of those videos as well. And it's really going to create kind of a schedule for yourself in a way, so you can kind of put in, kind of fit in that time in your schedule to produce the content, to, edit it, and also to put it out and things like that. Now, the second piece is that quality content is more important than having the latest gear, right? So basically quality over the gear, right? And I think that this is something that, is really easy to get caught up on, especially as a beginner. You look at other YouTubers and you kind of look at like everything that they have. Their entire setup looks phenomenal. Their background looks great. They have all these different lights and things like that. And you think to yourself, like, I'm not going to be successful on YouTube unless I have all the same things. And I'm here to tell you that it's actually not true at all. Some of the videos that I started off making were just videos on how to cut your own hair. And I did them in my bathroom. And my bathroom is not like anything to like write home about. It's not a luxury bathroom. It's just a mirror, a wall. I might have had like a little, maybe a painting or something on the wall. I don't even remember, but it was a very plain bathroom. And that's just how I made my videos. And the fact that people watch them, it was just because I was adding value. I was teaching people how to do something that maybe they didn't know, or something they were interested in doing, right? Which was learning how to cut their hair. So I think that that's also something that we get kind of caught up on. Instead of focusing on all of the latest gear, I will say that I think that you should be focused mainly on, planning your videos and thinking about the value that you're going to bring to your audience. Because when it comes down to YouTube and people watching your videos, there's only a few different reasons why they're watching your video, right? One is to be entertained. 2 is to, find value, right? To find value in something. And then 3 is to actually learn something, right? And so if you can provide one of those 3 things for people, or maybe a mixture of them, then you're going to be, well on your way. And there have been a lot of YouTubers, throughout the years that have found a good amount of success just recording videos in their room, in front of a window with, their phone, or, a lower end camera. So I think that you shouldn't get too caught up on that, but I think instead focus on the value that you're offering, the education that you're offering, or the entertainment value that you're going to bring to the table. And I think that's going to go a long way. Over time, as you get more and more into this, right? Because this could also be something that maybe you just do for a while and you figure out like, hey, I don't know if I really want to keep doing YouTube, or this is too hard, or I don't have the time. And one of the things I would say is that give yourself some time before you start putting a lot of money into gear. And I personally am definitely guilty of this, because every time I would watch videos and I would see YouTubers and they would have like the latest camera and lenses and things like that, I would go out and buy those things and hope that they would make my videos, better. And, sure, they might have been a little bit nicer to look at, but the value that I was adding and things like that, I feel like I kind of missed the mark a little bit sometimes when it came down to that. If I had instead focused on what I was actually offering to the viewers that I was making videos for, I think I would have been more successful, right? So that's something else that I think is really, really important that I've learned over the years. Number 3, and this is something that you hear about all the time, and it's something that, I don't know, at first I didn't really believe it. I was just like, I don't know how true that is. But over the years, it's becoming more and more true, especially as more and more people join the platform. And that's really the fact that, SEO and thumbnails really, really make a huge difference in the success of your channel. And the reason is because if you have a phenomenal thumbnail that really draws the viewer in and makes them want to click on it, your click-through rate is going to be way higher than if you didn't really care about what that thumbnail looked like. It's going to make a huge difference when it comes down to that. If someone is scrolling on YouTube and they're looking at a number of different videos on the same topic, and your thumbnail just happens to look amazing, and then your, the words, the title that you use, maybe it asks a question, or maybe it challenges that person's belief, or maybe it's something that's a bit controversial, or just really just hits the mark on what they were looking for, they're going to click on your video. And, for the longest time, I feel like that wasn't something that was, I don't know, I guess more so in the beginning of my YouTube career, that wasn't something that was like the number one thing, right? But like I said, as time has gone on, YouTube has become a bit more competitive, right? Especially in different niches as well. I mean, think about, if you've been watching my videos and, or if you actually go back and look at them and you were into like how to cut your own hair and things like that. Now, I mean, that space has really exploded. I mean, there are people that used to cut their own hair videos, and now they're barbers and they just record videos of them cutting people's hair. And I mean, it's amazing, but they've been able to kind of graduate to that level, kind of, transform their channel into that way. Right. And that's kind of the track that they went down, but they were able to grow because of that initial sort of need, right? Like there weren't people making videos like that. But now, for instance, if I start making how to cut your own hair videos again, and I don't want to do that, by the way, but if I start doing that, one of the things I'm going to find is that I feel like it's going to be way more competitive than it's ever been. There's going to be way more talented people out there as well. And so I'm going to have to, really bring my A game and find a unique angle to kind of bring that value back, or educational piece back to the videos. They're going to be something that's unique and that people are going to actually want to watch versus whatever else is out there right now, which I have not looked at. So that's a big piece. And, even with my other channel now, I'm learning that is also very important. And it's something that I've been working on, I'm trying to get better at, but it's really important. Now, the fourth thing is something that I think, is something that really irks everybody. And that's that growth on your channel takes a lot of time and a lot of patience. Okay. Now, let's be real. There have been people out there who have channels and they blow up like very, very quickly, and they gain a lot of success like very fast. And, they're still very successful. And I think that's phenomenal, right? That's great for those people, but by and large, it's not going to happen. So if you do decide to start YouTube, I think that you have to be very, very patient, and you have to look at YouTube as something that you're going to be doing for the long haul, not something that you're just going to do for a few months and you're going to blow up, right? It's going to be something that you're going to do consistently, hopefully, right? And you're going to do consistently, and you're going to bring value, you're going to add entertainment, whatever it is, you're going to bring all of those things to the table and do it consistently over time, and not necessarily expect to just blow up and go viral, because while it can happen, it's usually something that looks more like a slow burn, right? Like it's a gradual thing. And I also don't think that you should put all of your stock in, how many subscribers you get and all those kind of things and how many views you get on every single video. Obviously subscribers matter, right? Like if you see my subscribers, like it's okay, right? It's decent, it's better than, some people, but it's not 100,000, it's not 500, it's not whatever. I can compare myself all day long, but at the same time, my view count is not very high on this channel right now, right? Because I haven't really been making videos on this channel. And really what it boils down to is that in a lot of ways, subscriber count is kind of a vanity metric now, right? It's really down to views, like who's watching your videos, how long are they staying on your videos, how many of your videos are they binging, right? How long can you keep someone on this platform watching your videos, right? That's basically what it boils down to now. And so I think if you just focus on making content that people are going to want to watch, that people are going to find that value in, they're going to learn something, they're going to be entertained by it, and you're offering something that, they really want to watch, I think that you're going to be well on your way to success. But just don't expect that initial success, right? And I think a lot of this kind of also goes into the planning portion, right? Planning your videos, thinking about what kind of videos you're going to be making, thinking about the niche that you're in, thinking about what you can offer that's different from what's out there as well. And I think you're going to be doing just fine. Now, the last piece, number 5, is that, one of the things that I did learn kind of over the years, and I actually wish that I figured this out a lot sooner, honestly, because back when I was making videos and I was getting a lot of views, right? Initially, I was getting a lot of views and I was really happy. I was like, wow, this is so great. People are actually watching my videos. And, basically number 5 is that, in some ways you have to look at YouTube as a business, right? And you might not necessarily look at YouTube as a business just from the start, but if you can find a way of treating it like a business from the start, when it comes down to, planning, setting your goals, developing a brand, right? Whether that brand is you, your face, or whatever the name of your channel might be. I think that that's also really important. Another thing that's going to go into this, of course, is going to be like monetization strategies, right? This is something that I wish I knew sooner. Like, I wish I had put more thought into it, more effort into, finding different products that my viewers would find value using and offering those things, getting sponsorships. Like, that's not something that I really did. And I probably could have made a lot more money doing those things. And, of course, I was just doing YouTube for fun. It was something that I really enjoyed doing. But if you're going to do it, right, you're going to spend the time, because it takes a long time, a lot of times, to produce a video, hours. It doesn't hurt to really think of your channel as a business as a whole, and how you might see your channel progressing over the years, right? Because if you do make a video and it performs phenomenally well, it becomes viral, you get, let's say, 1 million views, like you get a lot more subscribers, and just people are just starting to binge your content. Like, now you are in the game, right? Now you've attracted the attention that maybe you were seeking, or maybe you weren't, but now it's here. And what are you going to do with that influx of traffic, right? Are you just going to hope that they just watch more of your videos, or are you going to have something else to offer, right? If you are, for instance, we use this channel as an example. I know I made a lot of videos on like budgeting too, but let's say budgeting, right? If I know I get an influx of people who are watching my videos because they want to learn how to budget, right? If I would have put together some kind of budgeting course or some kind of quick PDF book download or whatever, a lead magnet, if I had knew about these different things and thought about them, when that success comes, right, whether it's gradual or something that's immediate, then I would have had, a lot more leverage. I feel like I could have really taken the channel into another direction that maybe I had not thought about initially as well. And so I think that's really important. And, this all really just kind of rolls into the engagement that your channel is offering too. And it comes down to your audience as well. Like, all these things are really, really important. People watching your videos, they finding value in it, them trusting you, that you're not just some person just pushing products, because that's another thing, but that you actually want to help people and bring value. And that's another piece that's super important to think about. So, these are 5 things that I wish, honestly, that I knew, when I started YouTube. And, I know I talked a lot, but hopefully this video gave you some kind of perspective on maybe some things that you haven't taken into consideration when it comes down to starting a channel. Maybe it's giving you some insight on things that you should consider as you start to produce content on your channels as well. And hopefully it was a help. Now, like I said, I know I haven't been making videos on this channel, but I do plan to. Have been thinking about it a lot, and I think that I should start to make videos back on this channel as well. And just to see what happens, because like I said, I haven't been making videos. I kind of changed niches a bit, and I was a little bit unsure of where I wanted to take the channel, right? So at this point, I think I'm going to make some more videos. I've been brainstorming some ideas. So I'm going to start producing content for this channel again. If you're interested, if you want to stick around, definitely hit the subscribe button for this channel. If you want to see more content like this that's helpful for you if you're starting a YouTube channel or thinking about it, whether it be gear advice or planning or strategy or anything like that, definitely leave a comment below. Let me know what you might be interested in. That's going to be really helpful for me as I brainstorm. But besides that, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.